demo today. We are so honored to have each and every one of you join us. We know that you have busy lives and everything, and so we are so honored that you came here to spend a little bit of time with us today. We're going to have a lot of excellent takeaways, but I'd like to give a brief overview of what to expect, right? First of all, my name is Louie. I am the field marketing lead here at Pathify, and I'm going to be guiding you all through today. But I have additional support in the chat that will be here to help me answer questions. You'll see Tim, our demand generation manager, and then we actually have royalty in the house today. Julie, our senior sales engineer, she is here as well. So for all of that technical stuff that, quite frankly, I don't know the answers to, she will. She is awesome. So definitely take advantage of that. I imagine that those of you who are here today are all at different levels of knowing who Pathify is and what we do, right? But you're all here to learn and get a few of your questions answered, right? So we're going to start today by taking just a few minutes to go over who we are here at Pathify, the problem that we solve, why institutions choose Pathify, and all of that fun stuff. Then we're going to get into the nitty-gritty, the reason for today's session, and take a look at the platform itself. Now, we typically do demos one-on-one in order to really customize according to your specific institution's needs, what you're looking to accomplish, what systems you use, etc. And frankly, our platform has so much that we could never fully go through every last detail here in just a few minutes. So this is going to be fairly high level, but know that that's always an option to do that deeper dive together, right? I'm going to be saving some time for Q&A at the end. So I encourage you to use the chat throughout. For technical questions, like I said, Julie will be here to answer those during the webinar. But if you see anything that you want to know more about, then just let me know, and then we can dig a little deeper on that during Q&A, all right? So get those fingers warmed up and ready and ask away in the chat. We're here to support you, all right? So what do we actually do here at Pathify? Well, we try to solve this picture for universities and colleges right here. We have found that most, if not all, institutions have an ever-expanding universe of stuff like this that students have to hunt and peck and poke their way through, right? Go here to access this, go here to access that, learn about this over here. It's all different, right? And while this may have worked 20 years ago, traditional student portals tend to take students on this treasure hunt that has lots of twists and turns rather than helping them navigate this universe more easily, which is what we should be doing, right? The issues that result go far beyond what is listed on this slide, as you probably know. Like I said, while students hunt and peck their way through links, systems, resources, when they eventually get frustrated and confused enough, what do? Well, they can contact the help desk for support. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with that. Some of them ask their friends. I know that was my number one tool in college was, hey, what do you know about this, right? Ask someone that's older. But too many of them simply give up, which is a shame and really sad, right? We don't want that to happen. Another result of this is that many institutions and departments have inefficient responsibilities and duplicated effort in order to manage the expanding universe of systems, resources, software, etc. I'm sure it's a problem you've heard before. It's a real one. And again, the issues on this slide are as well. And unchecked, it is unfortunately headed in the wrong direction. And without the ability to consolidate and bring it back, it will get worse, right? So the short answer is we are the unifying layer that brings your entire tech stack into one. I know it's a little bit of a, trendy phrase lately that often gets misused, but we function as the single pane of glass that brings your digital experience and your digital universe into a single individualized experience. We meet each user where they are at, surfacing the appropriate resources for where they are in their journey, whether it's a freshman or a transfer student or a student getting ready to graduate, or even faculty and staff. Hey, Faculty and staff matters too. We can't forget about them. And we do it with the best practice user interfaces and experiences that students, and honestly, faculty and staff for that matter, are used to and honestly expect here in 2024, right? How are we in 2024? People want a modern UX and UI. They expect a modern UX and UI. Full parity with web and mobile creates much needed simplicity for our users. So here on the left, you can see the web version, and on the right, you can see the app version or the mobile version. The UI is the same, which eliminates confusion. It's remarkable how many institutions have been stuck with completely different web and mobile environments. Okay, now that we've gotten some quick context, let's switch gears into why institutions choose Pathify, and then we'll get to the demo, I promise. I'm going to go through 8 fundamental reasons put together based on conversations with the market and with our customers. So number 1 is our mission. While other portals focus on connecting students with the information housed in the SIS, Pathify exists to connect your entire digital universe, including both information and people, in order to make the student experience as connected and seamless as possible. These are the kinds of things that students are looking for when they decide which institutions they want to enroll in. Number 2 is independence. So unlike portals that are connected to the SIS and other SIS company solutions, Pathify is the agnostic front end that allows you to add or replace any tool without having to worry about the impact on your portal and your mobile app experience. And integrations. Other portals allow you to build integrations, and Pathify does too, but we are also very much proactively integrating with more and more of your most popular systems every single sprint, meaning more out of the box, and yes, I mean that, out of the box integrations and less work for you and your team. And features. On the surface, other portals offer a lot of the same features as Pathify, but once you dig in, you'll see how Pathify completely separates itself. Whether it's granular role-based permissions across all kinds of content, or functionality to connect students and build community, or even digitizing your student ID, we offer the deepest portal functionality that exists in higher education today. Design. Short and simple, the UI and UX of the university systems gives a big impression of how much our institution cares about the student experience. One of the easiest and most cost-effective ways to show that your institution does care and hold high regard for the student experience is through polished and modern design. With less high school graduates rolling in college, competition for students continues to heat up. And as an example, Pathify's Prospects module offers institutions a low-cost way to separate themselves from the crowd and connect prospects with their experience, culture, and student body, increasing the probability of students selecting your institution over another option. Customer experience. While it's almost a cliche at this point, we find that many customers truly are looking for a partner rather than another vendor. Pathify is full of people that value excellence in their work, and we have countless stories of how we've worked with customers to implement quickly, how we've solved a new integration or a problem that they hadn't expected. Many of the decision makers across our customer base have commented that our partnership focus was a key factor on their decision to choose Pathify. Save money. Oh my goodness. The majority of institutions in the higher ed market today have really tight budgets. We're hearing more and more from our customers that you can actually save money by using our platform through consolidation of redundant tools. Not only that, but the simplicity of our platform frees up IT manpower, allowing your team to fry bigger fish. Many institutions are running homegrown or self-managed portals, which require IT involvement to update content, right? So, hey, IT, there's a typo on this page. Can you fix that? You can focus on better things than that, right? At the same time, many have either built or manage a completely separate mobile app designed to do the same thing, but on a phone, right? All of this results in duplicated effort and overhead, which Pathify eliminates by offering simplicity, right? A single SaaS web and mobile platform that any employee has the skills to create content on. Just imagine all the things that your team can accomplish with the freed up capacity. And finally, as a company, we are here to challenge the status quo and inspire customers and empower them to stand out and create truly outstanding experiences and defy the previous standard of a link farm portal. Our co-founders of Pathify, their names are Chase and Jimmy, they started the company with this in mind, and it continues to be true today. Pathify is the best portal product and most widely used and implemented standalone portal product in higher ed. All right, shall we get to the nitty gritty here? That is enough slides. I know you're all here to see the platform. Let me shift here. Do the little screen share swap. Perfect. Awesome. Oh, and we just added a poll, by the way, so feel free to interact with that as we are going through the platform here. All righty, are you ready? Ready, Freddie? Awesome. I know I'm ready. So this is Pathify. All right, this is what it looks like. You're going to be seeing a lot of stuff on the screen. And throughout all of this, I want you to keep in mind, again, that there's an app that is totally paired with the experience that you see. It's modified just enough to make it a delightful user experience via the phone. So the ID card, for instance, I'll show you that right here, what that looks like, is more of a phone thing, right? Not many people are going to scan their laptops, for their meal plans and all of that. So on the phone, it's much easier to do that. But those widgets would be collapsed. The web and mobile, they feel and very much are the same. So updates you make on the platform will be reflected on the app as well. All right. So branding right now is set for Pathify, but every one of our users has a brand that fits them and is so easy to change, by the way. So what each user sees on the screen is entirely dependent on their role, okay? Roles shape and mold everything throughout the platform. So I'm currently impersonating a student who's getting ready to graduate. So maybe the career hub with job opportunities shows up, whereas the role of a first-year student may be set up to equip a student based on their specific needs, right? What they need. Or even the remote learner role might look a little bit different. So this dashboard can be as locked down as you'd like, or it can be very customizable for some users and locked down for others, etc. The user and we can help you with the best practices of what that looks like, right? We can help you with that. This is a lot of widgets for the sake of the demo that are currently on the screen. So keep that in mind. We've got a lot. Typically, we recommend more like 6, right? But for example, I can move around widgets, right? I can remove widgets, right? So like I said, maybe I'm getting ready to graduate, so I don't need the map anymore. Maybe I've learned the campus by now. Or the calendar widget, right? We are not able to remove that because it's required based off of the settings. I could add widgets, right? Find new widgets. You can go through, and I could honestly go on about this for over an hour because we've got over 100 widgets, but I won't. But I do want to make sure that you understand so that you don't go overwhelmed, like with, oh my gosh, what's the workload? That looks like it's a lot going on. It takes about 10 weeks to go live, right? We can go live very, very quickly. We actually have pre-built widgets that make setup so simple. So there are a few things here that portals do have, right? The tools in and of themselves up here are not super remarkable. Many platforms do this, and we're not going to do away with it because we know it's valuable, right? What we do is so much deeper, mostly because of these widgets in the center of the screen. I want you to think of these as windows into other systems. These are the core applications of the institution. We're not going to replace your SIS or your LMS, but by threading them together, we're able to create that cohesive experience without that treasure hunt, right? We actually can, in many cases, as I mentioned, consolidate some of your applications, right, and regain some of your budget, but the extent of that varies on your current tech stack, right? Let's see. Yeah, so let's skip down here a little bit so we have some. All right, so let's talk about the search bar, right? We have the ability to help users find things by putting it in the search bar. It is shocking how few portals have legitimate search bars available. We live in a search bar kind of world, don't we, right? My friend Google is the smartest person I know. And guess what? I don't even type google.com anymore. You just put it in the bar, right? You can filter the results based off of what you would like to find, right? Or you can just add a question. How to register for classes, right? Awesome. And it shows up right here. We've got the FAQ. We also have the registrar home office, right? The page. And we also have the announcement that shows up. Super important. So super cool. With Pathify, we create this targeted communications engine, right? So these up here are announcements. We've got different psychological triggers to ensure impact of each kind of announcement. So for example, this is a little bit more of an urgent announcement. There is no Nina hurricane happening right now. I actually had that question a little while back where someone was saying, is there a hurricane? No. This is just an example, so don't worry. But what's cool is I want you to see how simple it is for a non-technical person to create an announcement and decide who to send this person to. The entire platform is built with this simple user experience in mind. So I'm going to go over to my admin side of things. I'm kind of behind the curtain, right? And I'm going to go to announcements. All right, add announcement. Right? Let's see. What should be announced today? It's a great demo. Love it. Celebrate. I don't know. And let's make that bold just for fun and italicized. I don't know. And we can send it to roles, right? We built this as a reflection of what we're pulling in from the SIS. These are all assigned to each user when they log in for the first time and when they're distributed across the system. So that's super, super easy. As long as you create a way for us to ingest the information on roles, we can do something with it. We are an integration-driven platform. So look how easy it is to send to various folks, right? So I want to send this to first-year students, and I would like to send this also to faculty, right? Awesome. Super, super easy. Or here's another thing that we could do. You know what? I think I should send this announcement just to my friend Bayless, right? I can send it to him. We can decide delivery channels, right? You can do a push notification. Again, this is so important. Why having the mobile piece of your portal is so big. For the most part, we're talking about, there are non-traditional students too, but for the most part, it's 18-year-old kids. They don't know their life without a phone. So the mobile push notification is so important in order to communicate what you need, right? If they downloaded the app and you can send them a mobile push notification to prompt action without the mental gymnastics that most students need to go through, which is, wait, which app do I need to do? Or which website do I need to go for this? It's super, super easy, right? So that is great. Actually, you know what? Here, let me show you. I'm going to send this to my student. I'm going to send it to the other one. And I'm going to require user acknowledgement, which is super, super cool. All right, I'm going to send. Okay. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to go back into my impersonate mode. And I'm going to impersonate the user. So we're switching back into the student view. All right. Start impersonation, which is really cool. And look at that. There is the announcement right there. And this was require user authentication, right? So it shows up. It's something that I have to acknowledge, but I'm in impersonation mode, right? So if I actually know that Louis student, my alter ego, needs to log in and see this announcement, then I can skip and it'll show up for my alter ego. But we're going to acknowledge it because, it's just me. So let's talk about tasks a little bit. We're doing good on time. Awesome. This can be used in the personal sense of creating tasks for yourself, or as an administrator, the administrator can actually go in and assign tasks to a student. So for example, we can send send a task to students that haven't registered for classes, right? So sending a task of register for classes, due in 72 hours. This is all to do with retention. This is such a cool story. I think we actually have in the docs section a story about this. University of Pacific, we were doing a webinar with the CIO over there, and he shared that their holds on registrations dropped by over 85%. It was amazing. And we like jaws on the floor. Like we know it's amazing platform and what we can do, but that success story was like, oh my gosh, so cool. Just from things like tasks, right? Very much the same as announcements. You can make it very important. And it would look the same on the backside as the announcements, or very similar, in order to assign it to somebody. But yeah, just think about if you get 5 students additional to register for classes through the task, that's your ROI right there for Pathify. Easy, right? Let's talk about forms. This is one of our newer features. We actually just released it. On the left-hand side, right, you scroll over, you can get to forms. By the way, this collapses and comes out depending on what you're looking to do. Super easy, so it doesn't always have to be expanded like that. Yeah, you go in, let's see, let's take a look at what it is. Right? Bang, snap, super easy. No more hunting down offices and filling it out and all the paper things. And it's all consolidated into the platform like that. Let's see, let me look for questions real quick. Just make sure we're doing all right. Okay, awesome. As a reminder, Julie is here. So if you see something, let us know if we can support you in that. So events and calendars. You saw the widget on the dashboard, but here you can dive in and actually get a full snapshot. So you can filter which calendars you want to see. So maybe I really follow the women's basketball team, so I really want to make sure that that is on there. Awesome. Or maybe I am not really into disc golf club. Like I don't really have a good arm for it. So I don't really want that calendar. We don't need to have that one in there. Or maybe I'm looking for something else to do, right? I can go in and career services. I really want to know what they have going on, and I can add that there. And oh, by the way, women's basketball, let's make that teal just for fun, right? So those super fun aspects in order to customize it. You can do colors, all that fun stuff. Directory. Let's go down to that. This, just like everything else, is highly granular in customization. So students can be hidden, for example, specific information can be hidden, whatever you want. So one thing that is actually kind of fun to think about, you can actually keep your faculty and staff directory behind a login wall. So only specific and designated users can access your contact information. Does anybody here want less random calls or emails from those pesky salespeople? With Pathify, we can protect you and your whole team, and you'll be a hero for that alone, right? We can tell you how. Shortcuts, all right? So you can make this your own. You can create any kind of shortcut linking to a group or a page or a tool that you want to have easily accessible in order to equip someone for success, or a group or a role of people for success, right? So for example, if you have a prospect-facing portal, you can create a shortcut that shows up specifically for future students with applications or FAQs or even a student ambassador group, and connect them early, right? And then when they become students, you can swap out that shortcut list and you can equip them with other relevant shortcuts. It's yet another way to create that customized journey for your students so they feel cared for, right? Let's see. Pages. Yes, I mentioned that a second ago. Let's talk about this. Your marketing and communications department is going to love this because this allows you to clean up your public-facing website and put what's designed for current students behind the curtain, right? Like what we want to do with the directory with your contact information. Hide that stuff. We don't want the general public to be able to access that. The public website is a marketing tool, right? It enriches the content component so it's a marketing tool. It's designed for new students and, to access and learn about your institution. So combined with resources, this is a lightweight content management system. Let me just show you what one looks like, right? Let's go to residence life policies. right? So you can go through, you can really customize it. You can make it look exactly what you want. You can add videos in here, and it's a great way to bring all of that into the portal, right? Something that is actually interesting with this, when you're building it out, it's so easy. If you've ever bolded an email, bolded a word in an email, then you can create content on pages. It's so easy. You do not need to be technical to do it. And with the granular permissions, you can actually delegate to student workers and require approval before edits go public. Or you don't have to do that if you don't want to, okay? Oh my gosh, we're close to time. I will look really quick at Q&A to see, and in the yeah, I don't think we have anything here. Let me show you really quick groups. Time flies when you're having fun, I guess. Groups is such a cool thing that we have here. This is really unique, right? We connect systems together, but we also connect human beings together. This is the part of the portal that makes this person want to log in the most. Kids this age, half of their reality is rooted in their device. So we can look in, you can see ways to interact with people, right? You can do polls. All of this feels very familiar. Their identity is rooted in things like this. This is the way we get them connected. You can go in. Events are connected as well, right? You can go and yeah, I don't know. It's great. Let me show you my profile real quick so you can see, kind of what that looks like. Actually, let me show you my other profile, my admin profile. It's better built out. View profile. Awesome. So you can do all kinds of different things, right? You can privatize some things. You can do about me. I am spreading the good news of great joy that is Pathify. I've got some hobbies. I like to hike. I like to ski. And I would love to have painting as a skill one day. I don't know. I've been working on it for a while. You can add your update, right? I'm partying with the demo crew. You can change it. You can add your little emoji. Let's do that one instead. Update. Awesome. Super easy. All right, everybody. We are at time. And I know that I have just blasted you with a lot of information. And as you know, and as you could see, we went through a lot today. There's so much more that I hadn't even touched on as far as, permissions, the admin center. I'll just kind of do a quick little showing of all the things that you can do. Super easy. You can do branding, you can get really granular with all that. So we'd love to do a deeper dive on all of this. We have answers to all of your questions, so please don't hesitate to let us know. We just appreciate you joining us. We really do. So we will see you when we see you.